case, and then I'm going to do your matrimonial case. That's my flat fee. You chose to do it by the hour. Well, then you have to justify your hours. How could you come to court today without justifying your hours?
Your Honor, when Mr. Price and I signed the fee agreement, one of the things that Mr. Price was concerned about was the fact that it would be more than $3,000. So I agreed with him that it would be no more than $3,000, and I wouldn't have charged him.
Impossible by virtue of the impact on the cost.
Here's the point. Standing off full mixed classes in 30 minutes. My God, catch! I do see! 30-minute classes? Now that's an easy play. Standing up. Easy as anything.
Hi, I'm attorney Mosley Collins, and many of you have seen our ad Lifting Up Jesus for years, and you know my phone number by heart. And many of you kindly say hello to me when you see me around Sacramento. I want to thank you for your kindness and tell you if you're injured and need help, call me and my staff. We're here for you.
Call 444-4444. All fours for legal help.
Jesus gives eternal life.
Keep your feet on the ground, they say. So many people have told you you can't. They say you don't listen. So you don't listen to them. You rise to your moment. It feels like every idea is crystal clear. It feels like every line, every angle is perfect. It feels like you are at the top of your game with high-speed, reliable, no stress, Fidium fiber internet.
It feels like Fidium.
When an accident turns your life upside down, insurance companies are not on your side. They're out to protect their profits instead of your future.
Not on our watch. At Singleton Schreiber, we fight for you. We will hold them accountable.
Your case isn't just a number to us. It's your life, your family, your future.
And we take that fight personally. Don't let the insurance companies win.
Call Singleton Schreiber today, and we'll make them pay.
Call now, 279-INJURED.
Stand Optical believes eye care should be affordable. Right now, for only $135, you get 2 pairs of progressives plus all this. All that costs over $200 everywhere else. Book your eye exam today. Stand Optical, easy as anything.
CBS 13 is committed to covering all of your communities with your reporter.
That means having someone in your corner, looking out for you and giving you a voice.
I really have to thank you and thank Channel 13 for your report on the CBS 13 News.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Joseph Price.
Follow her about
Was for the return of his retainer fee.
Okay. So far, you've accounted for $610, so of the $3,000
Jane, bottles are about ready to be filled. Jane?
Yeah. Did
you take all those white bags out to the carport?
And it's a fifth. Coffee shop. Prepare the client for deposition. 1 hour. That's what a lawyer does who's charging by the hour. It's the most ridiculous thing I ever heard.
Your Honor, if I may make a statement. At the time Mr. Price discharged me, his statement, as I indicated earlier, is, I never want to hear from you again. I have on my computer a bill in draft form for Mr. Price. I didn't bring the bill today because Mr. Price didn't ever want to hear from me again.
$2,400 judgment for the plaintiff. That's all stat.
Mr. Price didn't want to have anything to do with me.
In 5 months, this new attorney got everything done and very liberal agreement.
And the final divorce decree shows that he did not get custody of his daughter.
I now have a partial custody of my daughter. I see her on a regular basis.
Justice isn't always fair.
Find an attorney that believes in your rights.
And now, the next case. All parties in the matter of Sharp versus Lawrence step forward. Reed Sharp III is suing 21-year-old Michael Garrison for a car accident between Michael and his 17-year-old son, Wade the Fourth.
Mr. Sharp, were you driving that day?
I was not.
Who was?
My son.
Good. You can sit down. He's standing up. Each of you two gentlemen claim that the other is responsible for it and loving it.
Sonodolo has over 50,000.
I can't take a police officer's email. I can look at an official police report because that's a business record. But a correspondence that somebody had with you, whether they're a police officer or not, that I can't accept. My only problem with you, Mr. Goranson, is clearly based upon the police report, you hit the plaintiff's car with such force then it was impossible for you to be going 1 or 2 miles an hour. Not possible, based upon the police report, because he had damage not only to his car as a result of his being hit by you, irrespective of whether the light was red or green, but you hit him with such force that he trampled and broke a tombstone, and both airbags were deployed. Correct. So I have a problem with that. If you were standing in a stationary spot waiting for cars to turn, you would have been going very, very slowly, because now the light turns red, so cars going around, so now you went.com today. Years of hard work. Decades of dedication. Committed to giving back. You've been there, done that, and you're still here for more. So now that you're 50 or older and at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia and IPD, be proactive with Capvaxive, a vaccine specifically designed for adults to help protect against pneumonia, an invasive disease caused by certain types of pneumococcal bacteria. Capvaxive is the only vaccine that helps protect against the strains that cause 84% of IPD in adults 50 or older, compared with up to 52% by other pneumococcal conjugate vaccines. Don't get Capvaxive if you're allergic to the vaccine or its ingredients. Tell your doctor if you have a weakened immune system. Common side effects include injection site reactions, feeling tired, headache, muscle aches, and fever. Whether you've had another pneumococcal vaccine or not, ask your doctor or pharmacist about Capvaxive.
Thought about this.
No, if it was keys. I've got AAA.
You're a AAA member. You're covered in any one store.
Car accidents can be very scary. It can feel like the world's crashing down all around us. At the Law Brothers, we control the chaos and we fight to win for you.
1-800-222-2222.
Now's the time to remodel your bathroom with USA Bath's multi-space savings event. Our skilled professionals will transform your outdated, unsafe, and moldy bathrooms into beautiful and functional spaces that suit your style and budget, increasing your home's value. Sit back and relax as we handle everything quickly, efficiently, and affordably. Remodel 1 bath, save 10%. 2 baths, save 12%. 3 or more baths, save 15%. Visit or call USA Bath today.
For a sleep, safe, clean bathroom, remodel with ease. With USA Bath's expertise.
When you've been hurt in an accident, hiring the right attorney can mean the difference between winning $10,000 or $10 million. Call the firm that wins big. Paul Sweet James.
Get more for your brand and business. Advertise with the power of CBS 13, Good Day, KMAX 31, Paramount Plus, and Pluto TV. We can help reach your target customers with broadcast, streaming, and digital ads. Visit cbs13.com/advertise.
Serious car accidents happen every day, but this time it's affected you. At Ashton Price, we know what you're going through. For the last 25 years, we've been helping accident victims get their lives back on track. Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton and Price.
Let's see if AAA can take us somewhere fun. Let's go somewhere sandy. Let's go somewhere magical. But first, let's get this fixed.
AAA, membership to go.
Join CBS 13 and KMAX 31 for a walk to end Alzheimer's and help us fight this disease.
Are you the victim of a scam? Go to judgejiggy.com. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
Now, do you have photographs of your car?
Yeah, I have photographs too.
I'd like to see photographs of the car. No, I want to see photographs of the car first that was hit. Okay. Oh, can I see photographs of the car?
Yes, this is my vehicle.
This is your car?
Correct.
That's some accident for going 1 or 2 miles an hour.
Which is why I believe he was speeding.
No, he's not speeding. You're speeding.
He wasn't moving.
Because he
Because he
my goodness, my goodness. Can you give me the price on the 1999 Nissan Maxima, please, Bert?
GXE, SE, GLE.
What is it?
GLE 2000.
Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $2,000. That's all.
You still got it. Judge Judy continues in a moment. And on the next Judge Judy.
My opinion's the only one that counts.
I give up.
In the end, neither of us were cited, but my insurance company left me with a statement stating that he was at fault.
He's clearly at fault. He hit my car, made me go to the cemetery.
Their insurance company stated that I was at fault.
It's something that happened. Everybody's okay, but you can't make the left-hand turn. You gotta make sure you got it clear. Always watch for cars.
Oh, I'm very good, because it could have been very bad.
Welcome to CBS Evening News Plus. I'm John Dickerson. 500 National Guard members have been activated into Chicago as a federal judge in Illinois hears arguments over whether President Trump is legal. The judge in Oregon is weighing that same question for troops in Portland. Nicole Skagga has the details. And as we await tomorrow's Nobel Peace Prize announcement,
different
we get
states.
rare access inside the Nobel Committee's chambers.
Illegal is all get out.
Place. Those stories and more right after our news headlines. The agreement between Israel and Hamas is being greeted with joy and relief, but also caution. All sides acknowledge difficult issues remain to achieve President Trump's broader peace plan. The president will travel to Israel and Egypt on Sunday. Federal regulators have opened another investigation into Tesla's driver assist technology after nearly 60 incidents, including crashes and cars blowing red lights. The investigation will cover nearly 3 million Teslas equipped with the so-called self-driving technology. And Robert Robertson's execution for the death of his 2-year-old daughter linked to shaken baby syndrome has been stopped. A Texas Court of Appeals stayed the October 16th execution, citing a similar conviction in Dallas, which that same court overturned. Data shows at least 40 people have been exonerated after being wrongfully convicted under the shaken baby theory. We begin tonight with an indictment of another political opponent of President Trump. This time, it's New York Attorney General Letitia James facing bank fraud and making a false statement to a financial institution charges. The case comes from the same acting U.S. attorney in Virginia who is prosecuting former FBI Director James Comey. Joining us now to help us understand the legal issues, once again, is CBS legal contributor Jessica Levinson. Jessica, so let's start off with why was Letitia James indicted?
Well, the indictment alleges that, as you said, that she engaged in banking fraud and made a false statement that when she was helping her niece purchase a property, that she either willfully or accidentally on at least one document listed her primary residence as that residence in Virginia as opposed to her Brooklyn residence. We should note here that there are, as was the case with respect to James Comey, career prosecutors who looked at the evidence and opted not to bring this case. As you noted, President Trump had selected Lindsay Halligan, who does not have experience as a federal prosecutor, installed her as the head of the Eastern District of Virginia, and she is the one who presented this case to the grand jury, which in and of itself is unusual.
Is the fact, Jessica, that a previous attorney for the government decided not to bring this case, is that something Letitia James can use in her defense?
So I think what we will see, and this is, I think, is something similar to the defense that we saw and talked about yesterday with respect to James Comey, where there may be a motion for selective prosecution and there may be a motion for vindictive prosecution. And I could see reporting indicating that career members of the Department of Justice looked at this case and opted not to pursue it, play a part in those motions, yes.
20 seconds. Does the government have to prove that Letitia James willingly, knowingly lied? I mean, what if this was effectively a typo?
This is not based on mistake. There's a level of intent here that the government is going to have to prove when it comes to this case, when it comes to other similar cases. And that could be why you see the reticence for other prosecutors to move forward in this case.
Jessica Levinson, thank you as always. A federal judge in Chicago has just issued an order against President Trump's activation of National Guard troops into Chicago. Some 200 Guard members on loan from Texas were ordered into the city today. To help explain this latest development, Homeland Security correspondent Nicole Skagit joins me now from Washington. So, Nicole, what does this mean for the troops that are in Chicago now?
Yeah, John, that federal judge in Chicago temporarily blocking the Trump administration's deployment of federalized National Guard troops in the state. This happened just moments ago, and the judge called it a credibility determination after finding, get this, DHS's assessment of recent events in the Chicago area to be unreliable. And the judge acknowledged that there's no doubt there have been acts of vandalism and assaults during the ICE crackdown there, but she couldn't agree that local law enforcement has been unable to handle the situation, adding that sending militarized troops to the situation would not be in the community's best interest. Now, we're likely to see an appeal from the U.S. government, but in the meantime, as you mentioned, John, there were roughly 20 members of the National Guard deployed at ICE's Broadview facility for the first time today. They will be temporarily taken off mission, and in total, there were 500 activated troops, including those from Texas, 200, and those from Illinois, 300. They're in limbo.
You know, Nicole, that credibility determination, that idea that there is a distance between what's actually happening and what the government is claiming is happening, is similar to what the judge said in Portland, where she said essentially the government was disconnected from the facts. Speaking of Portland, what's happening there? What's the latest there?
Yeah, well, the National Guard troop deployment there also remains in a holding pattern after that federal judge blocked the Trump administration from sending troops to protect an ICE facility there. But there was a 73-minute appeals hearing today, and at least 2 of the 3 judges on the Ninth Circuit panel, John, appeared actually open to lifting that order. The court questioned whether a lower court judge actually overstepped in restricting the president's power to federalize the Guard, with one judge remarking, "It's not our job to second guess whether the president reasonably believed that his officers were at risk there." And so a ruling from that court could come within days, and it's one that might impact how far the administration can go in deploying the troops nationwide.
Nicole Skagit with the update. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Congressional leaders yet again couldn't find common ground as they failed to end the government shutdown. It's now in its 9th day. The fight over extending health care subsidies is still a major sticking point. Lana Zach reports tonight from Iowa that for some Americans, those subsidies are a literal lifeline.
Another failed attempt on the Hill today.
This motion is not agreed to.
As both sides are at a standstill over how to reopen the government. Democrats claim they won't budge until health insurance subsidies are restored. But Republicans say reopen the government and then they'll discuss. For Lori Hunt, the debate isn't just numbers. It's her ability to stay healthy and alive.
If you didn't have the subsidy, what would happen for you? I couldn't afford it. I'd have to cancel my insurance. Just the assurance of good thoughts and thoughts and prayers. That's pretty much it. That's all I would have.
Hunt survived breast cancer 3 years ago and was laid off earlier this year. Without the federal help, she says her premiums would jump to over $700 a month.
It would be more than my mortgage payment.
It's estimated that 3.8 million Americans won't be able to afford insurance without the tax credit, including 2 million by Georgetown University.
When people lose health insurance, it can mean significant financial debt. It also means that people are waiting to the last minute to get necessary care, often ending up in our emergency rooms.
Portland also says insurance companies will likely raise prices on everyone to cover the costs for the uninsured.
The people affected will come from red states, they'll come from blue states. The folks who will be hit the hardest are in about 10 red states that have not expanded the Medicaid program.
Hunt says she's been trying to contact her congressman for help.
Why can't we just figure this out?
Now, our expert also emphasized that these ACA marketplaces serve as a safety net, particularly as more Americans are moving toward gig work. Advocacy groups, meanwhile, say that people who are in the marketplaces, they can expect to be notified in the coming weeks about just how much those premiums are going to increase. John?
On to Zach, thank you. Now, here are 3 things to know. A new Gallup poll finds a big drop in approval for multiple federal agencies. The percentage of those polled who say FEMA is doing an excellent or good job fell from 46% last year to 26%. The CDC and even the CIA are down to 20-year lows, both with approval ratings now around 30%. The Department of Homeland Security, though, that saw a jump, with approval increasing from 32% to 42%. Rite Aid is shuttering all its drugstores this week, but Amazon is offering a peek at the next generation, rolling out pharmacy kiosks in the Los Angeles area beginning in December. The automated machines will allow patients to pluck out their prescribed medications, including antibiotics, inhalers, blood pressure treatments, and flu and allergy medications. The catch, you gotta create an Amazon pharmacy account to use them. And there's gold in them trees. Researchers in Finland have confirmed that gold nanoparticles have been found in the needles of Norway spruce trees. They say the gold is not present in all trees, but those that have the right balance of water pathways and the right mix of microbes. It's unknown how much you'll need to get an ounce, which is now at a record or near record $4,000 and climbing. Coming up on CBS Evening News Plus, we go inside the room where the Nobel Peace Prize Committee will make tomorrow's anticipated decision.
Speaking.
I was calling because Monica sent me a message. She would like to go over your bone density results that you have done.
Okay.
I actually have an opening for tomorrow if you'd like to come in.
What time?
Let me take a peek. Hang on just a second. I can do 2 o'clock check-in.
I can't do afternoon. My granddaughter gets out of school.
Okay. Let me see. See what I know. It's going to be a few weeks out. I can do Wednesday the 29th of this month, and that would be at 9 o'clock.
That would be fine.
Okay. And then you're still on the 8th, having your numbers?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, we'll see you then, okay?
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye. Well, they must have found something.
And what?
They must have found that my bone density is no good. Because that's the only time they call you.
Well, I can imagine.
Yeah.
You are in your late 60s now.
Mid-60s.
Are we late 60s?
I'm not 66 till next month.
You gotta be so specific.
You betcha. And the very next day on the 30th, Jane has a dentist appointment. Isn't that funny? A dentist appointment the day before Halloween.
That's hilarious.
What is wrong with people?
That ain't no good. That sucks.
Yeah, people suck.
Yeah, they didn't do moms until they're like mid-60s either.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Brady Housewife.
CBS 13 News at 4:30, getting answers in your community.
Tomorrow, the Nobel Peace Prize Committee will announce likely the most anticipated award since it was first awarded in 1901. In tonight's In Depth, Mark Lowen, with our partners at the BBC, got rare access to the committee and the room where the vote happens.
Everyone says that I should get the Nobel Peace Prize for each one of these achievements.
Oh,
This crusade for the prize echoes through
You
the
don't
corridors
deserve
of
a
its
Peace
Norwegian
Prize,
gatekeepers.
dude.
In the Peace of Oslo,
Far from the noise in Washington, we've got an unprecedented glimpse behind the scenes.
Let me take you inside here. This is the room where it happens, where the Norwegian Nobel Committee meet every year to decide who gets the world's most prestigious award, the Nobel Peace Prize. Never before has the committee disclosed when they hold their final deliberations, and never have there are journalists in.
Definitely not him.
Until now.
Enter the Guardians of Nobel, public figures in Norway appointed by its parliament, preparing for their momentous decision. Watched over by the award's founder, Alfred Nobel, and the winners since 1901, the past and the present are on their minds.
This isn't really something new for the Norwegian Nobel Committee. How is that seen by the committee? I think we feel that the world is listening and the world is discussing. And discussing how we can actually achieve peace is a good thing. We have these three criteria.
Peace is prized here, but so is secrecy, and as deliberations begin, time for privacy. Nobel watchers think a win is unlikely for the Trump administration.
It has withdrawn from international institutions such as the World Health Organization, from the Paris Accord on climate. And he has been very harsh on protesters against the Gaza war. I think these are things that point in a non-peaceful direction. If a just and sustainable peace is reached in Gaza, Trump would probably be a good contender for next year, at least a possible one.
In the basement of the committee, the files of every